Vin Diesel is an icon of grit and loyalty, best known for his role as Dominic Toretto in the Fast and Furious franchise. Diesel built a cinematic empire around speed, steel, and the unbreakable bonds of family. But his story both on and off screen is one of transformation. Diesel began as a struggling actor with a passion for storytelling. He wrote, directed, and starred in Multifacial, a short film about racial identity that caught Steven Spielberg's eye. That authenticity stayed with him as he morphed into an action titan. In the Fast series, Diesel performed stunts that defy physics, leaping between buildings, surviving explosions, and taking on submarines, all while delivering gravel-voiced speeches about honor and loyalty. But beneath the bravado is a man obsessed with heart. He insists that the films aren't about cars, they're about connection. And he means it. Diesel is known for being deeply loyal to his cast, often calling them his real family. When Paul Walker died, Diesel grieved publicly and personally, dedicating films and fatherhood to his memory. That raw sincerity bleeds into every frame he's in. In real life, Diesel is quiet, introspective, a Dungeons and Dragons fan, a philosopher disguised as a tank. He's not the most acrobatic or technical actor on this list, but he might be the most emotionally resonant. His strength is symbolic. He represents the idea that toughness and tenderness can coexist. Vin Diesel doesn't just punch through walls. He builds them to protect, to honor, to love. He's not just an action star. He's a guardian of something deeper. The belief that even in chaos, there can be code, and even in violence, there can be virtue. Keanu Reeves is the paradox of Hollywood. Soft-spoken and humble in life, but explosive and surgical on screen. He's the warrior poet of modern action films. In the John Wick series, Reeves redefined what modern combat looks like: precise, brutal, and choreographed like a symphony of destruction. But behind every bullet and broken bone is a man shaped by loss, resilience, and quiet strength. Reeves trained extensively in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, judo, and firearms. For months, he drilled until his muscle memory became muscle prophecy. Every reload, every sweep, kick, every gunshot in John Wick is real, performed by him, timed with military accuracy. He doesn't just look dangerous, he is. In real life, Reeves is a minimalist. He rides the subway. He gives away millions. He mourns in silence, having lost a daughter and a partner. There's a monk-like quality to his life. He doesn't seek attention. He radiates presence. That contrast makes his performances feel personal, even intimate. John Wick isn't just a character. He's a manifestation of Keanu's inner world, a man who lost everything, yet finds purpose in precise, controlled violence. There's no ego in his rage. It's pain, focused like a laser. Reeves fans worship him not just for his skills, but for his soul. He brings an authenticity to action that feels like philosophy in motion. He's not the loudest man in the room, but in a world of noise, he's the one who makes you listen. Tom Cruise isn't just an actor, he's an adrenaline-fueled force of nature. In the world of Hollywood, where green screens and body doubles dominate, Cruise remains a rare breed. A megastar who risks life and limb for authenticity. From the moment he sprinted across the screen in Top Gun, to scaling the glass walls of the Burj Khalifa in Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol, Cruise has proven he's more than a pretty face. He's the embodiment of obsessive dedication. Behind the scenes, Cruise is known for his almost maniacal control over his craft. He doesn't drink, rarely attends parties, and channels nearly all his energy into preparation. For the Halo jump scene in Mission Impossible Fallout, Cruise trained for months and completed over 500 jumps. He learned how to fly helicopters for the film not with CGI, but by actually flying them. What makes Cruise fascinating isn't just the stunts, it's the contradiction. In real life, he's intensely private, almost robotic in his work ethic. A man consumed by precision. But on screen, he's chaos incarnate, leaping, punching, crashing through every impossible obstacle. He's simultaneously the controlled tactician and the reckless hero. He lives for the edge, but measures every centimeter of it before he jumps. He learned how to fly helicopters for the film not with CGI, but by actually flying them. It wasn't just about making a movie. For Cruise, it was about creating an experience that feels so raw and real, audiences almost forget it's a film. What makes Cruise fascinating isn't just the stunts, it's the contradiction. In real life, he's intensely private, almost robotic in his work ethic, a man consumed by precision. But on screen, he's chaos incarnate, leaping, punching, crashing through every impossible obstacle. He's simultaneously the controlled tactician and the reckless hero. He lives for the edge, but measures every centimeter of it before he jumps. Cruise's approach to danger mirrors his personal philosophy. He's long been associated with Scientology, a controversial institution that seems to share his black and white worldview, complete devotion or nothing at all. That same mindset fuels his willingness to risk his life for a scene. There's no backup plan. Either he nails it or he breaks something. At 60 plus, Cruise continues to push boundaries. Not because he has to. He's already one of the richest and most respected actors on the planet, but because he can't imagine another way to live. He doesn't just perform. He competes with his own legend. He's not making movies. He's testing human limits. Jason Statham is the kind of man who looks like he was born in a back alley brawl. A former competitive diver turned streetwise anti-hero, Statham carved out a unique identity in Hollywood as the ultimate no-nonsense action star. There's no glitter, no cape, no special powers, just a clenched jaw, a buzz cut, and fists faster than your reflexes. What makes Statham thrilling is the authenticity he brings to every scene. He's not pretending to be tough. He is tough. Whether it's barreling through a bus in The Transporter, defying death in Crank, or engaging in high-speed boat chases, Statham does most of it himself. His background as an athlete means he has the physical control to make it look effortless, and the mental edge to handle the risk. Statham's characters are street philosophers, men of few words and many punches. In real life, he's much the same. He avoids the Hollywood party circuit, preferring instead to train in martial arts and swim like the Olympian he once was. He doesn't act macho. He is macho, in a way that feels earned rather than performed. There's an economy to his performance. He doesn't do slow-motion spin kicks unless they're necessary. Every movement is sharp, real, and brutal. He doesn't just fight opponents, he dissects them mentally and physically. His films often place him in morally gray areas, criminals with codes, ex-soldiers with broken pasts. It's this edge, the sense that he could break you but would rather walk away, that gives his performances weight. Unlike many stars, Statham doesn't rely on transformation. He's not trying to be someone else. Instead, he refines the same persona over and over. The underdog with steel in his veins. And it never gets old, because it's not an act. It's a distillation of who he is. Jackie Chan is not just a stuntman or a martial artist. He is a living legend who turned pain into poetry. For decades, he's been smashing through glass, falling off buildings, and dodging blades, all with a smile on his face and comedy in his choreography. In a world of CGI-enhanced action, Chan built his kingdom on bruises, fractures, and sheer willpower. Raised in the strict discipline of Peking Opera School, Jackie didn't have a typical childhood. His life was an endless loop of training, repetition, and discipline. That foundation gave birth to a style so unique, it became a genre of its own. Action comedy with a ballet-like precision and brutality. In Police Story, he literally falls through multiple panes of glass and gets electrocuted by a pole, all in a single shot. No stunt double, no faking, just pure Chan. What separates Jackie from everyone else is his commitment to realism, even if it means breaking his skull, which he once did. The outtakes at the end of his movies are just as legendary as the films themselves. They show a man who fails, bleeds, and gets up again. He laughs at pain because pain has been his most consistent co-star, Off-screen, Jackie Chan is surprisingly soft-spoken and reflective. He admits to past mistakes, regrets, and even a longing for a different kind of life. But that vulnerability only makes his on-screen bravado more powerful. In films, he's indestructible. In life, he's human, bruised but never broken. Chan's legacy is measured not just in box office numbers, but in bones broken and lives inspired. He taught the world that action could be funny, beautiful, and soul-stirring. And he did it without wires, without shortcuts, and often without safety.